The company is Riverside Regional Medical Center in Newport, Virginia. It is the vascular department where Dr. Zical works, who Dr. Zical was the doctor who did this procedure on me. And he did the procedure and it hurt. And I understand that I'm not talking about hurt like a different, I'm saying he hurt me because of my feet position. If my feet position was corrected, the surgery would have went correct. And I wouldn't feel this pain a year later. It started the year before. I had another doctor to do a procedure on my condition, for my condition peripheral artery disease, which they do angioplasty. And that doctor had the experience to know that my feet would not naturally go inward so that he could do his job. So he tied my feet together for me because I couldn't hold them. And I get to Riverside because of insurance purposes. I switched doctors and hospitals. So at Riverside, the doctor is there, Dr. Zical. Asked him to do what the other doctor did. He told me, no, it's barbaric. He said, we don't do that here. And I said, really? And he proceeded to do his procedure. You know, you don't go fully asleep when you have the angiogram? I mean, you probably will for cerebral one, but not for the other one. So what ended up happening is that during the surgery, the procedure, I screamed. Every time he did whatever he did, I could feel it. He went into my right thigh, my calf muscle, the bottom of my foot. Literally, I screamed every time he went in. And at some point, he had stopped doing what he was doing to talk to his nurses. I was not alone with him, of course. He was behind us like a partition in the far back of the surgery place. And him and the girl said, they were talking. I heard him say, oh, she's asleep. But I'm not asleep. And I said something. And my belief in the way I feel, because of the experience that this other doctor had, he did it because he knew about him doing the procedure. He had experience. But this doctor now, Dr. Zical, he didn't have to me the knowledge and experience of people who are different. Some people are pigeon-toed and need something like a sponge to keep their feet apart. I'm slew-footed. Like my whole foot go right, not just because it's the right foot. And all I wanted to do was just to tie my feet together so they could stay in position so he could do his job. That wasn't my job to hold my leg. You know, and I have to admit that was just so painful. And then walk around a year now. It's been a year. And I still feel the pains in the same exact areas where I can feel him trying to clean the plaque out of my arteries. I think that if he just tied my feet together, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Because I wouldn't have to strain and use my muscles while he do his job. It was supposed to be easy on the patient, not the doctor. And this was horrible and hurtful, painful for me. The first doctor, he did it, I lost 100 pounds. This doctor Zical did it, I gained 100 back. All I asked was compassion a little bit just to put my feet together so he could do it correctly and I wouldn't be in pain and I could walk. But he didn't. So right now, yeah, I live with a lot of pain in my right leg where he went in those exact spots. I just listened, the calf and under the foot. He didn't apologize. I simply told Riverside, I don't want him to touch me anymore. I wish I could go back to the first doctor, but the first doctor's unavailable, probably because of something that I said to Dr. Zical to get him relieved of his duties. Because even the medical board should know, not each person is the same. Everybody's different, and that would have helped me. But it didn't, because he didn't do it. So one of the other doctors at Riverside ordered a chair with wheels and a seat on it for me so I can walk around, but I'm not even 50 yet. I should still be walking, but I can't. With experience, people learn that other things work better, you know? And to me, what the first doctor did was helpful. I literally got up and walked the same day. And I stayed in the hospital. He says, I want her to walk. And the nurse said, oh, she already walked. This doctor here did it outpatient. Doctor's like outpatient. And he sent me home. And all I could do was cry from all that pain. And I don't know how anybody else would feel, but me laying on that table, asking what I asked, and he not doing it, and I'm hurting and screaming. And he's just like, oh, you can bear it. You don't know my tolerance pain or pain tolerance or whatever. You don't know. Don't put me in the cookie box. I'm not in the box. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm no different from nobody else, but I'm slew-footed. My feet do not go straight. So if you want my legs to be straight, you got to turn the foot straight, and you should have done it as a doctor, not me. I'm supposed to be laying there half unconscious while you do this. But I know I have to strain my muscles to hold this, and now I'm possibly having nerve damage, because what else could it be a year later? Well, honestly, the solution I like is for Riverside and its doctors to take into consideration that people are different in shapes, sizes, and everything. And I really would like an apology. That would be the biggest, but I'm pretty sure Dr. Zical is too, I don't know, but he won't do it. I know he won't apologize. I'm believing that more or less this stuff belongs with the state board, medical state board or whatever, because I don't think that they want anybody to have their feet tied up for some reason. But if I'm slew-footed, my feet should be tied so you could do your job and I won't be in pain. So I want them to make changes. Help other people who are slew-footed to be like me, or say someone who's pigeon-toed really bad and can't hold their feet out because they're naturally pigeon-toed. That's what I want them to make a change about that. Because I know what I feel, and I can only imagine what other patients feel when it's done to them under the same circumstances. It's not that hard to be that kind. Because it's been a year and I'm still in pain, and I'm angry. I'm upset. I don't understand. Why couldn't I have that one thing so I wouldn't be in this pain? And I was in pain from the condition, but being in this constant pain from the surgery, I'd rather not have had the surgery if that was the case. Why should I hurt for a whole year like this? You were supposed to help me, make it better, not make me feel pain. And you made it worse.